Be like a stay-at-home dad and like,
Dude,
I think that would kind of rock.
I would be
It's
the
just
greatest stay-at-home husband of all time. Do you know how
I
fucking
don't know
hard
why
I would
I
try?
looked at you, but I was like, I feel like Tom would really enjoy doing that.
I would try so hard. Nothing wouldn't be done.
It's the perfect situation, but I would go crazy. I'm like a doer. I have to be productive. I can't be in my house
I like
all
to
day.
be productive. Yeah, I like to just fucking do shit too much.
Yeah, I wish you would get some more. Yeah, let's get some women on the pod.
I guess we've had
a good mix, to be
That's
quite
good.
honest.
You know what though?
We got more coming
for
next
guests,
week too. It's gonna be
I
sick.
think we've had more women guests now that I think about it.
That's good.
Than we have male guests.
Oh my god, you're right.
Because the male guests that we have been on like multiple times, almost as like regulars.
Yeah, but it's not unique.
And then we have more women that come in and talk about their jobs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
fucking sweet.
Yeah. I wonder why that is. I can barely get my male friends to like come on. I mean,
I think it's
tough.
an ego thing.
You really do, or are you
Let's
just
take it
saying
back
that
to
to
the ego.
go call back to the?
I think it
no,
is.
whenever I ask
Like
my
genuinely?
male, well, like whenever I ask my
genuinely
male
do.
friends, they go, "What am I going to talk about?" And I'm
Because
like,
they feel
"Bro,
like they're
I
going to
will
be
ask
on
you."
display,
Oh.
and they're like,
I mean,
don't
I
have
was
anything to
nervous.
talk about.
Were you really?
Yeah. Super nervous.
Did you know? Oh, but you had seen me before, like on the videos.
Yeah,
That's
like
right. I was about to
knew
say,
of you.
Like
Yeah.
we're on like we're basically like as limited as the show's reach is. You are technically in front of the world.
Yeah. If you
Your
really
vo-
think about it.
Your
guess.
words are recorded forever.
Yeah.
So I think if somebody has like a fucking ego thing, they're like, what, like the whole what am I going to talk about? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like good conversation comes up organically. That's
Yeah.
all that
But some
matters.
people are just not good at conversation, though.
There is that.
I fucking love small talk.
really?
Love it. This is an embarrassing story.
Ooh.
I accidentally went on a date with like a fucking 80-year-old man
Oh,
because
shit.
of my small talk.
You.
So let me paint a picture.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, did you
I
match
have an
on a
idea.
dating app?
I have
Okay.
an idea how this goes.
I was walking my dog. I'm a very friendly person. I have a great neighborhood. I like to make friends with people. So I'm walking my dog. My dog's adorable. And there's this old man who's like asking me about this dog, my dog. I'm like, of course you can pet him and say hi to him and we'll talk about it. And I was like, yeah, I always walk in town on the weekends and I walk in, I get a cup of coffee and whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, like I'm going to be there, this Saturday. Like, why don't we grab a cup of coffee? And then he tells me that like, his dog died and like, sad story. Like I miss hanging out with dogs.
Classic dead dog pickup
Fucking
line.
classic, right? But
Is
again,
No.
no, it's literally
Classic dead
not
dog
classic
pickup
at
line,
all.
huh?
Classic dead dog story.
yeah. But
Gets
I
him
went
every time.
I went and I got a couple because I was already going to do it. He just happened to be there, and
The stars align.
Did he try to shake your hand afterwards?
no, but he did. So we're sitting there, and I tell him that I was dating a guy at the time.
Motorcycle guy?
No, fuck that guy. I hope he steps on a fucking Lego. Like multiple times.
Oh my God.
Motorcycle guy. Yeah, no. No, I told him I was like dating this guy and his whole body language changed. Like his whole demeanor
Yeah.
changed. And then I noticed like he didn't have a ring on his finger and his demeanor changed. And then at the end of like the coffee, he like was, you're just like the kind of cool and attractive young lady that I would like want to spend time with. And I was like, Tony, I think there was a miscommunication.
You really said that to him?
I was like, I think there's a miscommunication. But like, that's so fucked up. Like, I can't go and get a cup of coffee, and it can't be anything more than what it is. Like why did it have to be a romantic thing? That really frustrated me because I'm a very nice person. I like to talk to people. I like to get to know people. And
Yeah,
yet
I
I found
think-
myself in this situation where this fucking bozo is like trying to date me.
Yeah, I think that's a big difference between men and women is that a lot of what drives us as men, I'll probably get fucking so much hate for saying that. Tom probably won't even agree. But I would
I hope
say
he doesn't.
things that drive us, and like if you look at like incel culture, right? Like or just men for a really long time, they felt entitled. So it's like
They still feel entitled.
yeah, but a lot of what drives us is sex. Like that's fucking It just is.
What a fucking archaic explanation
Totally.
for male behavior.
It is, but it's just
Weigh in,
how.
Tom.
It's biologically provable.
Yeah,
Is it?
dude.
Yeah.
Look at the way the most successful men in the world fail or like fall on their ass. Like it's through the women that they fall in love with.
I guess I just...
Look at Jeff.
Fall in lust with.
Or
more
yeah,
so.
yes, that's a better way. But look at Jeff Bezos, who lost half of his money overnight.
Good on her.
But is
Love
it?
to hear it.
Yeah, but it's like, she married it
Well,
and then just divorced him and got
I
all
wanna
that money.
see that guy fail. I'm cool with
Well,
that.
I don't like billionaires either, but it's like,
I mean, she also was with him when it was run out of a garage and it was just him.
Yeah.
So
but
there's
she
that.
supported an idea at one point,
Well,
like
if you put if anyone puts in the time in a relationship and you build a foundation and you build this fucking obelisk of a company and then you do some fuck shit and the relationship ends, she kind of earned it.
Yeah, what do you expect?
She put in time too.
Oh, I'm not denying she put in time, but I guarantee, like, the most successful men in the world
Oh yes, comes
are
back.
driven
Yeah.
by sex. Like,
Absolutely. 'Cause
or
they're
just
dogs.
look at the things we're attracted to, right? Like, I asked my wife, I said, hey, what do you like about me? Because my wife's like, she likes anybody, girls, guys, trans, whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm a similar way, but it's. And I say, what do you like about me? And she's like, well, I just like, you're just like kind and like, I like your way your eyes are, your smile. And she's like, what do you like about me? And I'm like, your tits? Like, that's because in my head, I'm like, well, baby, I'm a breast man. And so like, I do, but I love who she is.
That's such a reductive explanation for male behavior, though. Everything boils down to sex.
Yeah, but
I do not accept that at all.
I do,
At
100%. Yeah, as a male,
As a
knowing
behaviorist, I don't accept that.
as a male who knows other men who probably don't tell you.
Look, I know you're dirt balls. I know that.
Yeah, but does that make us dirt balls?
Yes.
Okay. Well, to you, we're dirt balls. To me, I just go, yeah.
It's because
Why-
you're a guy.
Yeah, but I go,
Yeah.
well, okay, so Tom, you were like born into music and stuff. You did music. You played in bands when you were young because your dad did it. You learned music. You're a great musician.
Yeah.
You know why I started playing music?
Because you
So I
want
could
Titties.
fucking talk to girls. Like, I didn't know how to talk to girls. A fucking ugly kid with a bunch of acne. I was like, oh, if I just play an instrument, and then I just kept going and going, and like, yeah, dude, I was terrible. I was disgusting looking growing up. Yeah, it's just
I've never. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's so many other contextual variables that play
There's too many
into,
variables.
I think sex
into why
drives.
people do everything.
I think sex drives most things in the world. I mean, yeah, there's other things like maybe you want to be a good person, whatever.
Don't you think that also comes back to ego?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
I think
It's like the
I
Greek
think-
explanation, right?
I think
Like,
ego drives everything more than sex. I think sex
Ego,
drives
though,
sex
now-
drives people biologically, but
Yeah.
ego ultimately is the pilot.
That's more of a psychological.
But I
explanation.
wonder, is ego
It makes sense to
So
me.
I used to do a lot of community service at a halfway house when I was younger, and in Newark. And so basically, these families who were, some of them were coming out of prison, some of them were had addiction problems, but they had kids. And then I was the one, it was like me and my girlfriend at the time, like we would bring friends there and stuff because they needed people. I would like help cook dinner. I would help the kids with their homework. I'd watch them, make sure they weren't like getting in trouble or whatever. And I used to do that like a couple times a week and stuff. And like that made me like feel good. I was like, oh, I'm like helping these kids or stuff. So is that ego? Like, cause I want to feel good about me, or is that ego like is making people, cause like, you probably, a little bit of you is like, yeah, I feel good about what I do. But most of you, probably 90% of you or whatever, 80% of you is like, I do this job. People need me. Like,
I'd say it's more for my own pleasure than it is for people needing me.
Feeling useful.
Yeah, because like I obviously gain some kind of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
I think that I'm very good at it, which is fun. But it more comes down to like what makes me feel good. Like,
so it does. It fuels your ego. And I don't mean that in a negative
seems
way.
more of like a physiological / psychological feeling, not so much.
I think
the
it's
ego.
just like enjoyment. Like it's like purpose.
Yeah,
You know what
more-
I
yeah,
mean? So like not like ego, because I guess ego is kind of negative. If you,
But that's what I'm asking. Is ego negative, or is ego just how you view yourself?
I don't know. I'm not like a fucking Freudian psychologist,
Well, you're-
so I don't know
you're-
anything about ego.
You're twice as qualified as both of us
You're
combined.
closer than
Yeah.
we are. And I very much agree with Freud when he says sex drive. You know, like
that
I'm
guy's a fucking
yeah,
moron.
I'm sure he might be, but I truly believe sex drives
He had
most
a lot
things
of
in the
he
world.
had a lot of really wild opinions though.
Oh yeah,
So I'm not gonna co-sign anything Freud says.
I don't know.
I think it's antiquated at this point.
And I just think that you cannot boil human behavior down to one explanation. That's
No,
just not.
there's that.
Well, humans are complex, but I would say
You can't say it's just sex because like there are so many things that also affect your physiology and what your brain is literally able to do
yeah,
based on just experiences alone. You know what I mean? So it's like with trauma can literally affect your brain and it can be passed down to your children. It's like a heart disease. Like
Diabetes.
there's like a really cool study that they did on like Holocaust survivors.
yeah.
And they studied this area of the brain that's responsible for the release of stress hormones. And they found significant abnormalities in the Holocaust survivors, but then they also found it in their offspring and their offspring's offspring.
Wow.
Okay.
And because of that, that tells you that generational trauma can affect whether or not your brain is producing stress hormones that you're not in control of, which means we have kids and people walking around in fight, flight, or freeze at all points in time.
Yeah.
Never even having experienced trauma. It's just how their bodies operate.
Sure.
So that to me is like, that's like only one variable that can serve to explain why somebody's doing what they're doing.
Very
Absolutely.
interesting.
Yeah. Trauma's really cool. It's a really
Well,
cool thing to talk about.
Oh,
I find it less cool, but
it was just that was a funny way to say it.
It was a funny way to
Trauma's
say it.
really
It's
cool.
one of my
but I
interests in my career.
it is.
Like,
I knew what you were
fucking
doing.
fascinating.
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to be like a trauma certified practitioner.
Oh god.
Oh, there's a goal.
That's gonna be tough to go to sleep at night, man.
Maybe.
I mean, I've worked with a lot of.
Oh no,
It's
I
hard.
understand.
It's
I
hard.
understand.
No, but just like finding ways to just be more compassionate in the services you're giving, you know? So nothing extra crazy. It's just learning a different way of doing things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are y'all two boys traumatized?
Do I have trauma?
We can talk about it off mic.
I mean,
you
know, Liz, my wife Liz says I do from like the way I was raised, or like
there's no way you don't.
I'm fine.
It's physically impossible that you don't. Have it.
No,
Everybody
I'm
has
okay.
it.
No, you know how I looked at it, because I never looked at it as trauma. I looked at it as like a to-do list of like what not to do. Like I just learned real fast. I think that's it.
Yeah.
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 Because I'm okay. But
You're good.
yeah, I really want to tell my Randonautica stuff.
I don't
'Cause-
even know what that is.
Just save it.
Okay.
man. It's totally not even related. So.
I know, but I feel like
wants to say
Kelsey would like to know
Do
about
you
that
think I
stuff.
would like it, though?
Why don't you explain what it is first?
All right,
Okay.
I will explain what Randonautica is for the
Just
listeners.
fucking perked up.
Randonautica. Do you like adventuring?
What does that mean?
Just
what do you mean?
Just like
Going to
do you like
things?
do you like Pokemon?
Yeah, I love Pokemon.
All right. Imagine like a real Pokemon quest.
Okay.
All right, that's how I think of it. So Randonautica.
If this doesn't have real fucking Pokemon in it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, I have sad news for you. Though.
It does not have real Pokemon in it, but it has. How do I put this? Okay, so Randonautica is an app that will generate a random quote unquote set of coordinates, and then you go to those coordinates.
What are
And
you trying to find? Like a
J-
dead body?
well,
This
pe-
sounds like
people,
a great way to get killed.
People
Yeah, it
have
sounds like a
people
terrible
have
idea.
found dead bodies, or there was in the news in 2020 there was a group of teenagers that found a suitcase full of body parts by
Yes,
you remember
and they
that
posted it on
that's from
fucking
yeah
TikTok.
that was from Randonautica. So
You would be into that fucking
I
weird
I
shit.
don't well no I don't like the dead body thing.
Oh.
Shocking.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe you don't have trauma.
No, I don't want to find body parts, but I really like a treasure hunt, and I found some
Just
shit
fucking
the other day.
geocache, my guy.
That's why I said it's so similar to it.
It is. It's like geocaching, except I find this more interesting because
You can find body parts.
you can find anything. My first set of coordinates.
Including body
Okay.
parts.
Oh, look, it's the old Kmart.
So I love to ride my bicycle. You know, I love being out on my bike, and I just went alone the other day. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go
That's really
Randonautica.
dangerous.
Yeah. So
In these parts,
I know Wilmington really well.
As I said, great way to get killed.
I would
Yeah.
never do this.
Yeah.
Going back to the women and men
Yeah, it
discussion,
is.
I would
It's-
never
it's,
fucking
It's a little
do this.
different for you. I mean, I know how to. You know,
I would never.
I
like,
navigated that city
I'm
my
also
whole life.
I'm also I'm a pretty fast runner. If I get into real trouble, I'm a really fast runner.
Yeah.
Like I can get out, I can hop a fence, whatever I got to do. Plus, I know the city real well. But let me tell you, the first set of coordinates I was given, I had never been to this part of the city. I didn't know it existed. It was almost like it only existed when I fucking opened this app.
What is it closest to, if you don't mind?
Bro,
me
I
asking?
can't even explain. I truly can't.
Couldn't
So
you?
Just
do
send
you
him the
know?
fucking
Do you know North?
coordinates.
There is
Do you know?
that.
Do you know North Market Street? Remember where the spot used to be? Did you ever go there back in the day? We used to have punk shows there.
I know North Market.
Yeah. So North Market, it's like a real bad part of town, and we used to have punk shows at this old firehouse, and they closed it down because it was just rotting.
Yeah.
This is when I was, fucking like 18, 19. And so it's like past North Market. It's like 30th Street. But then it's like maybe west. And it was, dude, I was in like a neighborhood of a war zone. Like
You're thinking Northeast. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, it was
got pizza from
wild.
there.
Like, yeah, not
That's his
not
fucking
around,
pizza spot,
Not around
man.
One of
here.
them.
I'm telling you.
I know where you're talking about.
Okay, all right. So
So you found pizza, is what you're telling
no,
me.
so
found
I
pizza.
go to
I
this.
win.
I go through this like neighborhood of all just straight up crack houses. Like everything was boarded up and fucked up looking. And it was just wild.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
You're
like,
not supposed to go there.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm riding
'Cause
my
nobody goes
really
there. On his
bright.
actual
By the way, I have a
bicycle.
very brightly colored bike that
It's-
people are
it's
just
comical.
loving. It's very colorful. It looks like a clown bike. Like it's like neon colors. And I'm riding through whatever. And
Like
I run
fucking
into,
Pee Wee Herman, dude.
run into some kids. Like old guy wants to fucking talk to me about my tires, and these kids as he wanted to trade bikes with me, and his bike
Fuck
was
yeah.
way nicer than mine. And I was like, kid,
But what were you going there for?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know yet. I get a random set of coordinates.
So you get the coordinates, and then there's no fucking purpose
And then you just
to it?
so this is what makes the app so fucking wild. So I finally get in the vicinity, and it's bringing me to this abandoned warehouse that's like 11 stories high and
What?
dilapidated, and I couldn't get to it because there was a huge fence with barbed wire and cameras all surrounding it, and I was like, where the fuck am I, dude?
And you're telling me this is randomly generated?
So okay, so
I feel
nobody
like
knows
that's-
how it works besides
yeah.
the creator. They use
Yeah, go figure.
quantum mechanics it's called, and people would set their intent on there. I know.
I can use words too.
Yeah,
No, I know,
that's
but
that's-
like
no.
people
That's
set,
marketing, brother.
People
Yeah.
used to set their intent on there. So when you saw the videos of like the people finding body parts and
Find
stuff,
dead
well, it was
body.
like my intent blood, intent
Murder.
death, and people are like, oh, you manifest something, and that's what creates it. And it's like, well, no, that's
brother.
not how it works. But somebody is planning these things or knows something. So that didn't work out. So I biked fucking like 20 miles home. Okay, probably 10 miles back,
I was
10
gonna
miles
say,
there,
where'd
10
you
miles
come
back.
from, Pennsylvania?
It was nuts. I was on my bike for hours, dude. But like I love being
nice.
on it. It was nice. So then I'm like, I took a nap when I got home, and I was like, all right, I got to go out one more time. So I look closer to here. So there's something like it's like a 5-minute bike ride away. It's in near your old neighborhood, right? I get the coordinates. It's on the side of Falkland Road, which is right outside your old neighborhood.
Right by
And
the-
I'm
yeah.
looking, and I'm like, God damn it, there's nothing here. And I'm looking around, and I'm like,
And then
I was like, wait, there's like a weird green bag. This looks like it just fell out of somebody's car. They threw it like trash or whatever. So I'm like, all right, let me poke it with a stick, see what's going on in there. So I find like there's food in there. There's an EpiPen that's unused. I'm like, oh, it's like a homeless guy's bag, probably. It's just whatever. There was like a jump rope sticking out. That's how I noticed it at first. Bright red jump rope.
Are you positive this is the thing? It's not just a pile of garbage?
I mean, so then I'm looking through it and I find a driver's license. And I'm yeah, look, dude, it's not that big a deal, but this was cool to me. So I look at the person and I look them up, and they died back in 2015, but their driver's license didn't expire till 2017. So, oh yeah, because I didn't tell you this yet, right?
No.
Yeah, so people find I look them up. I say a little prayer. I put everything back.
You say a Hail Mary or two?
Yeah, and I put everything back even better than it was before, and I say, like, I hope you're resting easy, because the guy ended up being he was an Army vet, and he was a firefighter for like 20 years. I won't say his name or nothing, but so I thought, I was like, man, that's really fucking cool. Like, somehow, like, okay, finding a driver's license isn't that fucking weird, or just finding trash.
It's pretty weird.
It was weird that the guy had passed away, but my wife was like, oh yeah, like, because she's a bartender, and she was like, people, homeless guys use expired IDs all the time because we don't, whatever.
Right,
like,
because you're not really checking.
Yeah. So, I mean, she really checks them. So, but that was strange,
Yes,
and I was
she
like,
always
okay,
checks them.
Yes.
if fucking Randonautica knows that,
weird. I think
and
that's strange.
I like adventures. So on Monday, me and a couple of friends are going to Delaware City, and we're going to do that in Delaware City. And it's really fun. It's just cool and fun. It's spooky. I wouldn't go alone. Don't go alone. I was going alone in the daytime, which was also, it wasn't a great idea where I was at and everything, especially the fucking way I look. Like, but I know that
you didn't get punched in the face though.
No, not yet.
Nobody tried to fight you.
Not yet.
Wild.
Not yet. But that was it was cool, man. So it was a fun day. I'm gonna go do it again.
That was a good
and just
tidbit, Tom.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was.
He just wanted me to. Yeah, I figured you would be. You seem like you're pretty positive, so I was. I like it. I like that it's like
really
real
glass
life.
half empty, so I'm glad that I'm giving off a positive vibe.
Why would you say your glass half empty?
I don't know. I'm just pessimistic. You see the fucking.
You see the fucking
worst. You see people on the worst days of their lives.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, and especially when you work in like.
What's the worst day of your life?
The worst day of my life.
I had a pretty bad day.
I don't know if I have like a day that sticks out.
You don't. You really?
Well, you're saying in general the days that you're putting out a lot of fires, but is there?
I'm not talking about work related. Like what when you?
Oh, you're saying
in just general.
Yeah, like when you almost like when you want to feel mad about the world. Like everybody does this. They conjure something up. And they're like, man, that one fucking time that happened, and I'm mad right now, and I'm listening to fucking whatever Youth of Today or whatever the fuck we're listening to, like some angry
I'd be
band.
mad too.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. I know you hate that band.
They're fine.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Or like, oh, whatever.
It's
for me,
not
like
who I'd listen to when I'm angry.
Oh, okay.
Something ignorant like Terror.
Okay, sure.
Something stupid.
Terror. Whatever.
Like
yeah.
dumb guy hardcore.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I saw Terror once when I was like 16 or something.
I want to hear you'd have the day. You have it.
April 21st, 2009.
Car accident day?
It's the day I died.
Yeah. You died that day.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The first time.
The first time.
The second time was a couple days later.
Oh, they
Crazy.
brought you back and you went under
Surgery,
again?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Not great.
No.
I
but
wouldn't
you're
recommend dying.
No.
Not good.
No, but you're here now.
Yeah,
So that's sick.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite my best efforts.
Yeah, dude. Somebody fucking either the devil or God wants you alive,
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
I think it's medical science, personally.
It
they
helped.
saved you, but
It did help.
Somebody somewhere paranormally once. Yes, this man has survived more than one car accident.
I know.
More than
You've
one.
been fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
it's insane. Me, I was on guard gate duty and I broke my finger. My finger got smashed and exploded out the top when I was doing fucking
Maybe
ID
you
check.
shouldn't do jujitsu. You might get fucked up, dude.
Nah, I don't mind getting fucked up.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I am. I'm
That's
just
so
like,
funny.
yeah, my body doesn't like stuff. Just
Don't
rejects
do-
it rejects
don't do
all
martial
forms of love.
art.
Yeah. Yeah, so like what's your worst day?
I don't think I have one.
Oh my. Okay, Tom Sawyer.
No, I can't think of one that like sticks out. There's like a lot of bad things that have happened. Like, like when my dog died abruptly. Like, obviously that's sad.
That sucks.
I didn't die. But that was sad.
But relevant to you, not I never died either, not yet.
I would die like I did again if it meant that I never had to go through that, though.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it.
Wait,
had a pretty...
What?
What?
What did you just... I don't even understand.
He said he would die if he had to go through it again.
What, the dog dying?
No.
Oh, to die again?
I would die again.
Okay.
If it meant I didn't have to go through my dog dying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I
was like, wow. Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was tough, but I think like my... the physical, like the concussions and things that I've had, like I've had a lot of really bad days because, you're just fucking, Tom lived this, so he gets it.
The brain is fucking
it's horrible.
So
It's debilitating because it's like it changes your personality.
Yep.
You can't do anything that you like to do. You have to just fucking like exist. And it's really hard. So I'd say those are probably... And I've had a lot of concussions in the last couple years, so those are probably some of the worst. Because you just feel like you can't do anything, and you feel like it's never going to get better. You feel like this is you. And I had a doctor that literally told me, because I was having a lot of memory issues with my last concussion. He told me, he was like, yeah, well, you might just be like this. And I was like, and now I have tinnitus in my ears.
Yeah, I do too.
I have TMJ, which can be caused
stress
from actually getting hit. It can cause your yeah. So I have had tinnitus since my last concussion. Which is again, it's not that big of a deal.
No, I have it really bad. In fact, I'm actually starting to lose my hearing, which
that's wild.
Yeah, not only Army, but just everything, just mostly Army because I work on aircraft.
Well,
yeah, we all do, and actually, it's not just the loudness. This is fucking bonkers. The jet fuel fumes, they actually fuck up the hairs in your inner ear, and they actually make you deaf. So I am starting to lose my hearing, but it's been going for a while.
Is there anything you can do to mitigate that?
Yeah, what do you do?
I mean, I wear earplugs and stuff when I'm around aircraft that's running, but there's just some,
yeah, it's how much can you really do when you're exposed to
I wear
gloves.
I wear gloves when I do pretty much anything. I was doing some cotter pins the other day. I fucking cut my hands all up. That shit sucked. I was bleeding all over the place, but yeah, man, that sucks.
Crazy.
When I lay in bed at night, I'm a big fan of old time radio, like radio detective stories and stuff.
I like that kind of stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, I
cool.
like storytelling, and it's fun to fall asleep too.
Well, I was about to say I need that to fall asleep because I hear
the ringing in your ears.
Yeah,
I have to do the fan
and my terrible thoughts. All my intrusive thinking. My OCD is so fucking bad. My intrusive thoughts. Yeah, I've had people ask me on multiple occasions if I was autistic. That's why I was excited to have you on. I'm not. Tom also thinks I have ADD, and so does my wife. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just interested in a lot of things.
I don't think that's that simple.
It is.
Yeah, it's not that simple.
I am. I don't have it because I can focus. I just
don't. Yeah.
No, I really don't.
I believe you.
It really does bug me when you guys say that because I'm like, no, I just have a lot of energy and I like a lot of things.
Well, and I think that a lot of people, in my profession, get very annoyed with how casual people will just throw those terms out. You can't pathologize every fucking human behavior.
Yeah.
But I think I do think it's helpful to kind of understand yourself. If you're looking at what other people's experiences are. I just consulted on a case of a kid who has an OCD diagnosis.
Really?
Yeah, trauma.
That's...
And they're part of the LGBTQ community and things like that. And they asked for the evaluation for a diagnosis of autism.
That's very self-aware of them.
Because they were I think some medical professionals had probably pointed it out to them, but I think that they also were on the internet and say this is how I'm experiencing the world. Yeah, and I would agree. And I would agree with it. I don't know if the psychologist ended up diagnosing them.
You know what? This brings us back to that thing we talked about, I think, yesterday. The internet, in this sense, can be helpful for those people who don't understand what the fuck's up.
I think
Or
the internet
don't
is
have-
more helpful than hurtful.
I
Just
think it's
for
a,
most things.
It's a delicate balance.
It
of
is,
both.
yeah. Especially for
but-
people that don't have access to medical care and things
Right.
like that. That can be
Well, look
informative.
at so when you go to other places in the world and you see how fucked up shit really is,
Yeah.
the internet is very helpful for those people. Now everyone has information at their fingertips, like,
Yeah.
and that's incredible. Now in America, we're so spoiled
Now you
that
can
we
know
have
how bad
we
it
have.
is.
Well, yeah, but also incel culture is like huge here. I think that's
Yeah.
a huge reason for mass shootings. I mean, I think you
I
have these
agree.
over the phone tough guys.
I agree.
And I just think they become the world owes me something, and they shoot everybody up, and then they whatever.
It's that damn ego.
It's lack of perspective as well. It's lack
Yeah.
of perspective, which builds empathy.
Perspective is the number one
I
thing
think I've
that would
talked
help
about
this
the
world.
word fucking
Yeah.
perspective the last 3 or 4 episodes, just because of
Yeah.
how much you open up your mind when you fucking work in different professions. And I
Yeah.
love having people on. The OCD thing really interests me because
Yeah.
I had when I was, I mean, from age like 3 until I was like 27, my OCD was so bad. There were days like I couldn't leave my room.
Oh,
Because I was like, I wasn't the good kind where everything's all organized and neat. I was
No,
the other
the
way that
anxiety.
you see on the on like reality shows where like
Yeah.
I remember this is fucking
You were
bonkers.
diagnosed.
No, my parents were like, you're fine.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh,
no,
okay.
like, so actually my dad gave me a way to deal with it that actually helped me big time, which is it'll sound bonkers, but to a person
Try.
with OCD,
I've seen
it
a lot of
makes
crazy
complete
stuff.
sense. Okay, so I'll just explain it like this. So I watched this reality show of a guy who had OCD, and he was afraid to throw away his dog's hair or vacuum it up because then he thought his dog was gonna die and he wouldn't have anything left of her. And it was like, and that's how my brain worked for
Okay.
everything. I used to have things in my pocket, and if I didn't carry all those things exactly in the place in my pocket, I thought I was gonna wake up and
Yeah.
no one was gonna know who I was.
That's not crazy.
All
That's
the
OCD.
time. Yeah. It was horrible. I mean, until
It's debilitating.
it was. It ruined a lot of my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to finish a conversation, or I'm sorry, I wouldn't ever be able to get into a real argument with anybody because I would just like, I'd focus on the, anyway, it's just stupid because in my head I'm going
Doesn't
like,
sound
I don't
stupid.
think it's
it
stupid
is.
at
It is
all.
dumb. It's dumb for me because it really did. I'm a person
Well-
who likes to do a lot of things, and I was like, this is actually making it so I can't do things. So my dad, when I was like 16, was like, "Oh, Matt, if you just put all your thoughts in a penny and then throw the penny away onto a railroad track at the end of the day, like it'll work." And I was like,
That's
and then I
what-
did it,
that's
and then
what did
I
it?
just kept doing that.
Interesting.
And then it just got. I still have it, but it's so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
You can also write it on a piece of paper and burn it.
yeah.
That wouldn't probably work for me, but for other people, it's like the same thing. But for me, it was like, oh, of course,
Just
I can
throw it
put
away.
all my thoughts into a penny.
Yeah,
What am I, fucking idiot? I should have thought this years ago. But like, that's how it was, dude. Like,
That's interesting.
literally, there'd be like wrinkles in my hacky sack that I had when I was
Fucking
12.
yeah,
and I was
you
like,
did hacky
and I was
sack,
like,
didn't you?
oh, I'm a really good hacky sack
You're
player.
a sacker.
I'm a
If I
sacker.
could say so myself.
I am a sacker.
I'm a bit of a sackist.
So I can do this move with a hacky
Sacksmith.
sack.
Fucking
called
do it right now,
called
then.
a
Where's your
chicken
hacky
fart.
sack?
I got one over there. I'll show you.
Right now, at this moment, you
Oh
will.
no, Tom will get mad. But I
Okay,
can catch it.
do it
I
after.
can catch it in my knee cleavage and then shoot it out at somebody because you play elimination. You play.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can
That's
catch
the
it on my
fucking-
back, do push-ups, bring it back up, and then roll it off and catch. I can do
Now
all
you're
the
just
things.
bragging.
You're
Yeah.
a fucking nerd.
Oh yeah,
Some
of
big
course.
nerd shit.
Yeah, but at my school, the two biggest things at recess were hacky sack and Foursquare. That was huge at my school. Everybody
Oh my
lined up to
God.
do it. Yeah, we were in art school, man. We were a bunch of fucking
Oh,
weirdos.
true. At
Yeah.
my school is a little different at recess. We
Yeah.
played a football game called Smear This Something.
Oh, smear the queer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just fucking
That
say
one.
it.
I did. Yeah, I just said it. You said you can't just say it. Oh, you can believe me. Okay.
I said, yeah, just say it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
It's fucking terrible. That's
I've
our
never played-
generation
I've never
said.
played that. Nor
Bro,
do
the
I know
amount
what
of
it is.
the
Learned
amount
a lot about myself.
the amount of people that still
How many
say
times did you get smeared?
A lot. You have to catch the ball.
not as
You know-
many as you, I guarantee it.
But fists, knees, elbows.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that?
No,
like
do you-
you're beating people. I
No,
don't know.
it's
I don't know what
Basically,
it is.
it's a game of tackle. Basically,
Yeah.
One person has the ball and then
Football.
everybody goes and
Oh my god.
gets that person.
No
Yeah.
wonder we're so fucked.
Listen,
We're
it's
fine.
Head injury.
One-
City.
Yeah, well, that's
one person has a football at the end of the field, and everybody else is in a huge group on the other side of the field. One person throws the football, and everybody goes for the same ball.
Dang.
yeah.
Whoever gets the ball gets fucking tackled.
But
Oh.
which is funny because then you're the queer
Yes.
in Smear the
Right,
Queer. You become the
right.
queer. So I think it goes back to that like ultra masculinity bullshit where like
Yeah.
every guy.
Weird that plays a part. In
Oh,
that
most
fucking dumb
definitely.
shit.
Dude, as a barber for so long, let me tell you, the guys that were the most bullshit, fucking masculine, fuck those, they still call women bitches in every
Yeah.
sentence. They have to have the newest fucking dumbass Nissan.
Small dick energy.
Yeah. Those guys want the prettiest boy haircuts. They want their eyebrows
Yeah,
done.
they
They wear
wanna be all
diamond
clean.
earrings.
Ugh.
They come in like every week or week and a half to get a haircut.
dick.
It's insane, man.
I can
Yeah.
smell the vape cloud.
Yeah, dude. It was horrible.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
They stink.
No, I like digging deep, man. I'll get made fun of all day. I like getting answers out of people.
Yeah.
I like it.
Interesting. You have an interesting brain. I'll say that much.
You think
Right?
so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell my
Yeah.
wife that before you leave? Honey, I have an interesting brain.
It's interesting.
You too. But what's interesting is that penny thing worked so well.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like desensitization works for people with
Desensitization?
OCD. So like you're
That sounds-
exposed to the thing that like maybe you're fearful
Oh,
of.
cognitive behavioral therapy.
It's systematic desensitization. It could be a part of CBT.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it depends. But it's just exposure to like, hey,
Yeah.
this thing is going to happen and nothing bad is going to happen. And it's just like, can you tolerate
So
that?
I do that to myself on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
today I was up on experiencing real fears also makes the fake fears go away. So riding a motorcycle for me, because I'll ride like year round a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Those fears, because everybody's such a piece of shit on the road, especially after the pandemic, though that makes my OCD go away. When I'm on the bike, I'm so worried about real fears that I go,
Yeah.
You're focused.
yeah, I'm not focused on fake fears.
You're
Interesting.
focused on
Yeah.
survival.
Today I
Yeah.
was up on a scissor
Does it
lift.
make it go away after you're done riding? Or is it just when you're riding?
A little bit, yeah. And if I'm around a large group of people, it helps too. When I'm by myself
Right.
and when I'm in the car, I also I had so part of the OCD made this is so fucking lame. Part of the OCD made me have a twitch, and it was really bad.
Yeah, that makes
especially when I drove and when I'm alone, when I drove and when I would try to fall asleep. It's horrible.
Huh.
Yeah. My wife
Maybe that could be ADHD or something like that too.
I don't know, because I think I've heard I've done a lot of research into OCD, and it becomes like Tourette's almost, where because you have an intrusive thought, and then
Yeah,
that would make
you,
my
like, have
brain
to
twitch,
act-
or I'm sorry,
yeah.
that would make my face twitch, and it was like a bad one. It's like it's a fucking dumb sound. But today I was on a scissor lift, which is like, if you know what a scissor jack is, like they go like this basically. It's like bars that.
Sure.
Okay, so it basically, I was in this little tiny booth that's smaller than this table, and I had to use these buttons to go up really fucking high, and we were putting up a large American flag. I had to put it up by zip ties. and
Anything
I'm
for the flag, huh?
Yeah, and when you're up there, the booth likes to just do this the whole time, and I'm like,
nice.
oh my fuck, like I'm gonna die up here. Like I start getting like the sweats, like
I don't like heights. I'm afraid of heights.
I don't mind heights, but when I'm in something like that, I literally started to, do one of those like. So I'm up there, and I'm the smallest guy there, so it
Yeah.
made sense for me to be in the thing doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But then my OCD was fucking. It
Yeah.
starts to disappear, and then when I'm back on the
'Cause
ground,
you're
that's when it starts again.
hyper-focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
I
have the
check all
time.
my locks. I check my tools constantly. All
Huh.
that shit. Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess.
Yeah, you are interesting.
Yeah, they call me a lot of guys I've been like overseas with, or just been like fucking stationed with. They call me a wild card. They're like, why? Like, because I'm not.
Are you the wild card of the group?
I'm not like Charlie Day wild
Okay.
card, but I'm the like.
Would you call him a wild card?
I'm not a wild person.
Well,
say,
I
I
have
don't
a
know
diff-
you
I have
well
a
enough.
different perspective. Like I know him better than any of those people. know
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's
So,
used
right.
to me. But if you get some fucking dude from the middle of the country who joined the army because they didn't have anything else going
Yeah.
on or whatever, and then they meet me and they're like, oh, you did like a bunch of shit, and then you're like, I've been a vegetarian most of my life, I've been straight edge my
so
whole
they're
life.
just uncultured
Exact-
swine.
Well,
They
they just-
can't believe
But
Matt.
in the military,
them.
that
Yes.
is 0 to
Yeah.
9%. Like everybody
Yeah.
in the military fucking dips and drinks
Right.
Monster Energy
Yeah.
all day long.
That's why I
takes
don't
smoke
date
breaks.
guys in the military.
Part
of
it's
my
horrible.
swipe
It's just a
left
whole
criteria.
fucking it's a whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't either. I'm trying to think because I know I would never date a girl in the military. Being in the military too,
Because
I
you know
wouldn't
what
date.
it's like.
Yeah,
But I also, this is a total tangent, but I
That's okay.
went and looked up, I was like making, this is bad. I was making jokes about how like men in the military beat their wives. I was making jokes about it. And
It's-
then I went and I fucking actually researched it.
Yeah.
And they put out like a very recent study of like the percentage of like domestic assaults and like who,
ton, yeah.
and like who it was committed by.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mostly men in the military.
yeah, it's
And
pretty bad.
most of it was child sexual abuse too.
That's interesting.
I know.
Okay, wow.
I'll have to send, if I can find it, I'll have to send it to you
Yeah.
because I was like, I wasn't shocked, but to actually see the statistics and be like, this is a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, the army definitely saved my life, but I will say, not everybody there is like good-willed. It's just like anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's a
true.
9 to 5 job for a lot of people. We happen to go to other countries and fuck shit up,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
and honestly, it's funny. A lot of people in America, especially like in our realm of friends, are probably like, American military is like fucked up. We do fucked up shit. And then when
I
you
say that all the time.
yeah, but when you meet the militaries of the world, like when you go and meet the Canadian military or the fucking British military, they are horrible.
Yeah, but it
Horrible
doesn't
people.
make you guys not bad.
Uh,
Because they're worse.
yeah,
It doesn't make it not bad.
it also it builds your perspective of like, oh, the whole world is a piece of shit. We're just like in on the game.
Yeah, we're doomed. That's what I said at the beginning of this thing.
Nah, I don't think we're doomed. I think that's well, okay. Yes, we're doomed, but I don't think we're any more doomed than we were 60, 70 years ago. I think it's kind of all the same. Like,
I don't know. I feel like the Earth is dying.
It's definitely multiplied.
Yeah.
It may
What?
be the same, but it's multiplied.
Yeah.
what is?
How doomed we are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're getting nothing but more and more tools to destroy this planet with, and
Yes.
yet it's not getting better.
But population is getting smaller and people are getting smarter.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
But
Oh my god,
like,
yeah.
Look at the weather, though.
Oh, it's insane.
It was 70
Climate
degrees
change
today.
Look,
Every
just
time
because
there's a nice day, I'm like, it's because we're fucked.
yeah, no,
I can't even enjoy
I don't
it.
disagree with you on like all these things exist, bro. Like climate change exists. Yes, we have nuclear weapons up the ass and stuff, but it's like I don't know how to explain this. Like the Earth will go on. I mean,
Oh, it's gonna be great.
yeah, without humans,
humans,
the Earth is going to go on.
It's gonna be awesome.
And honestly,
It'll be fine.
let's say
Yeah, it's just gonna be a fucking meteor flying through the universe.
I think the next generation, I think they're pretty smart, and I think they're
I
a lot
would
more
agree.
caring
I
than
would agree.
us. Like I can admit they're more caring than I am
Is
of
it-
just like people's feelings in
Is
general.
it caring or is it compassion? Or is that the same thing?
I think that's synonymous.
I don't know.
Is it?
I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
I watch YouTubers now who do. I love like spooky true stories. Like I can listen to that shit all day or whatever. And these YouTubers, like this one guy, I think his name's like Knight or something. Like literally, like KNIGHT.
That
He
tracks.
always does like I don't like the true crime as much as the like survival stories. Like I like learning about like how people survive out of a bad situation or something.
Oh.
So he does a lot of that, and dude. Before every fucking video, he goes, I just want to make sure you guys are doing okay. You know, like you're feeling good. I know.
Ugh.
Look, dude,
Yeah.
whether it's
I don't want
it's
none of that.
fake or not, he's at least putting it out there so eventually other
No.
people
No.
he might be genuine.
Yeah.
I don't know him
You can't just
There's
personally.
no
say-
way. There's no way to know that, and it's also a huge tool.
You can't just say words and make it mean or do a thing.
Oh, you most
That's
certainly
so
can.
It could be completely performative.
Totally. But everything.
Yeah, fuck that
so
guy.
let's say
I don't even know him.
It stinks.
let's
to
say
high
50
heaven.
people start being performative, and some little kid is watching that and being like, "Man, I'm really glad you asked me about how I was like. I really was feeling like shit, but I watched that. Like, yeah, it's performative, but maybe that kid, that kid and
I'm
his
not-
friends grow up going like,
I'm
man,
not
maybe I
on
should
this.
care about
I'm not
people's
falling
feelings."
for the banana in the tailpipe.
That's not. I mean, dude, everything's fake until enough people start doing it, then it becomes your reality.
I don't think that's how any of this works at all.
All the time, that's how things work, dude. Look at Look at
You're very
celebrities, man.
self-assured.
Well, look at celebrities.
Look at which one.
Okay, who's somebody that's super famous with like no talent? Like, okay, Kim Kardashian, right? She's like fucking the whole world knows who she is. She hasn't done anything.
She has done
any like, huh?
so many things.
Okay. Yeah, she did one very specific thing that's like not a big deal.
She opened the door with that thing.
But did she?
Yes.
So you would say even before Pamela Anderson or fucking literally anyone else who made their career off of that specific thing?
I'm not saying that she was the first one to do it.
Didn't you just say she opened the door?
She opened the door for herself. She was exposed to the entire world
Okay.
with that tape.
Well,
And
her father
then-
was also on the OJ case, but yeah.
Okay, so people kind of were like, "Oh, that's that person's daughter."
But let's just say, okay, she has
Do you
no
want me to explain
of what?
the rest of what I was going to say?
Okay, sure.
So she opens the door. The whole world is looking at her. She took advantage of that in a fucking tactful and like very shrewd way. And
Tactful and shrewd?
she hasn't left.
Isn't that?
She hasn't left like the lexicon since. That's
She
completely
monetized
intentional.
the shit out of that.
Okay,
She built an empire.
Think of another
but
example.
once again, she just made that her reality. Like, she doesn't do anything good.
But it wasn't fake. It wasn't fake in that it existed.
What's not fake about it? You think her reality television show is her
But
real
what
life?
you're
I think
talking
that-
about is the origin of her fame, which was not fake until it became reality.
But her doing that every day, like, look at, I mean, just anybody, let's say anybody on reality TV, like, that's not their real life. But then
Is
all
it
of a sudden,
not if they're living it?
but
Who are you?
But that's
to
what
say?
I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm
Well,
saying.
reality TV is
the
not a good
YouTube, the
example.
YouTube kid that I'm talking about. Maybe that's not his real life, but then it becomes his real life. Like, you just said it. It becomes their reality. And let's say he inspires 5 other kids who go on and inspire 5 other kids each, and like, that's just how
So
it
do
goes.
you hate Kim Kardashian? Or,
What
I-
did Kim do?
yeah, you seem jealous.
Of Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, man.
No way. I'd way rather be me than Kim Kardashian.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Are you jealous of Kim Kardashian?
I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I would definitely
would
be
love
her
that money.
before me.
I would
Oh
try it
God,
out.
no! I don't want to be rich.
I would wear it. I would wear it for a day.
I hate the fucking rich people, man. I hate people like I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know. I love amenities.
Amenities,
You
like
know?
what?
Like-
Like stuff?
I love stuff.
Yeah, I like stuff too.
Give me stuff.
What do you collect? Are you a collector?
I don't collect.
So you don't love stuff?
I like a lot of different things.
Okay.
You know, plants.
You don't have to collect stuff to love it.
This is true. I love dumb shit. Like dumb little stuff just makes me happy.
Like you can't collect a song.
Right, but I guess
Like I bought.
that's not true at all.
You can collect a physical medium.
There you go.
But that's the physical medium, not the music that
Okay.
you're listening to. I'm saying you can't collect something that you hear.
But you can.
But you can still love the song, though. Just because you don't own it doesn't mean you don't love it.
But you can collect the song.
Yes, you physically can.
So there you go.
I'm talking about the song that the audio, the auditory
This is
thing
why
that you
you get
enjoy.
punched, dude.
Yeah.
This is it.
That's fine.
We're watching it happen.
Yeah, but it's like I'm proving I'm
You're
proving
not
the point.
proving anything.
I really
You're
am.
just arguing.
I am. Okay,
You
look,
are arguing.
I'll show you this.
You haven't proved one thing yet.
I've proved you guys have both said my points in your sentences.
But it wasn't the original point that you made.
It was though.
You might agree with what I said, but it wasn't the point
No.
that you made.
I agree with what you said because it's what I said.
That's not what. No, it's not.
100% is.
I'm not. falling
Tommy,
for this
put the
shit
tape
anymore.
back. Look, dude, I
can
love
rewind
I love
it.
stuff too. I mean, I can display
Yeah,
this stuff.
you love stuff.
I love stuff, man.
Yeah, I like that clock.
Oh yeah, that's my wife's Kit Kat clock. Isn't that
Dude,
cool?
that's a lot of people would like that clock.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
shit's
they've been
fun.
an American staple since like 1936 or something. I
Yeah.
think. I think it says it on the back of that. Yeah, man. Like I love stuff. All I was asking was like, what stuff do you love?
Oh,
That's a better question.
that is a better question.
What was the original thing I said?
Well, what you said
Are
was,
you a collector?
yeah, are you a collector? And she said, I love stuff. And you said, what do you collect? And she said, I don't collect anything.
Yeah, rewind that fucking tape.
So yeah, so if you love stuff,
What do you love?
What do I love?
Yeah.
I love books. But like the physical books.
yeah, I know
I
what
don't
a book
want
is.
that fucking Kindle shit.
Now,
Okay.
reading a physical book is so much.
It's so much better. Yeah, so I don't know.
What do you think about audiobooks?
They have their place.
I like audiobooks.
I would rather listen to a podcast.
I like listening to the audiobook while I read it.
No, you don't.
Yes,
What?
I do.
Really?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, you're out of
You're-
your
it
fucking
helps-
mind.
You're
the
a
ultimate.
maniac.
It's the ultimate way to absorb what you're reading.
Or you just
What?
sit and actually fucking read the book
Yeah, just read
out
the book.
loud.
I don't know. It does like
If you read it out loud, you would actually absorb it way better.
I agree
That's called
because
fluency, my guy.
well,
See, and I don't know what I'm saying when I read out loud. We had a whole podcast about that. Remember?
Wait, what?
I don't remember that actually.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
told a story. We have like safety meetings at the end of every week. You made a whole clip about. Okay,
Wait,
whatever.
so you're reading
This
it?
is why, by the way, this is why you can't believe everything Tom says because he'll just forget it.
I don't know. I think I'm more
He's looking at me
inclined to
so
believe Tom.
like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it'll get you far.
Keep going, and
so,
then I'll remember probably.
Every week, at the end of every week, we have safety meetings at
Okay.
my job, and I read a paragraph aloud. I have no idea. I said the words. I speak real
So
good.
you don't remember what you said is what you're saying.
Oh, but I didn't comprehend it when I read it. I just know how to read
You
it.
said words. You recited words.
I recited
No
words. I
comprehension.
read aloud for the group.
But you didn't comprehend what
Yeah,
you said.
so that's why I was like, when you read aloud, I don't think you comprehend it better.
You definitely do.
I don't.
It's a teaching strategy.
See, here's the
Not
thing.
for me.
I also disagree that I'm not a maniac because I can absorb something better by hearing it and reading it at the same time. The only songs that I know
I haven't tried it.
by
I will
heart-
say.
the only songs that I know by heart, or if
Oh,
I
like
want
reading
if I want to
lyrics.
learn a song by heart, I listen to it while
Oh,
reading the
so
lyrics.
True. So
a good
true.
idea.
That's a great point.
I practice I'll
But-
read through them once.
Sorry, that's
No, no.
just me.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
what I'm
else could-
saying. That's
Yeah.
like when you said
I-
that's like a. I was like, well, I don't learn that way.
I can name.
But it's evidence. It's an evidence-based teaching strategy that if you can get active responding,
Mm-hmm.
like you memorize it better.
Not evident to me.
But not you. You're the exception.
I'm the wild card.
It's that. It's the touch of
I also learned. Wow, that was said by a professional in the
getting
autism world. Yeah. No, if
Edit
anything,
that
I'm gonna
out.
fucking get
ACBA.
fucking
Allegedly.
yeah.
alleged. Yeah, my
Um,
certification's gonna get revoked for that.
No, I've learned a lot about myself in classroom. I'm so stressed out in any
Can you
classroom.
cut that out?
I've done
Just said.
I've done the least learning in my life in classrooms. I think.
Classrooms stress me out
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
I can public speak, no fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like I can just go and sing in front of a
Yeah.
million people or do whatever. Like to learn in a classroom, I'm so
Horrible.
lost.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I graduated and I didn't know.
That was a siren.
Ambulance.
They're
It
out to
was.
get you for saying what you just
I
said.
know.
I don't know
That's
what
the
you're
internet
talking about.
police, by the way. Yeah, we sound like incels right there. Fucking internet police.
Yeah.
And who was on Epstein's island?
Couple keyboard warriors.
We were
over
talking
here.
about that today. My buddy made
good.
My buddy made that like a funny point. He said because I was like, man, what do you think about Tom Hanks? I was like, you really think you think he's fucking little kids or what's going on there?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Tom Hanks was on Epstein Island. Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, bro. Like, dude,
I'm
this
sorry,
is
I'm
why I
late
don't
to
like rich
this.
people. By the way, like they're all fucked up. If you get that far in life in anything, you're a terrible person.
I don't disagree with you.
I don't think that's entirely true.
I don't think you can make that generalization about every single person.
Do you know any rich people?
I know some rich people,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Are they bad?
No.
No.
Like, okay, I shouldn't say.
Do I agree with them politically? Probably not.
I shouldn't say rich. Incredibly wealthy. Like, if you do you
I
think
know one,
any
yeah.
president of the United States we've had has been a good person?
Well, that's different.
Beside, no, but I'm just saying you
Are
get
you
to
talking
that
about
level.
Are you talking about extreme wealth or are you talking about presidents?
I mean, just anybody at that level of being like okay, like Jeff Bezos, billionaire level / power level of like being fucking president of the United States.
I just don't think you can equate wealth to like being a good person necessarily. I don't love a billionaire. They're not my favorite, but I just don't think.
I think if you've made it that, because like wealth is pretty synonymous with success in our country, at least in a capitalist market, right? Like you're probably pretty successful if you're that wealthy. I mean, you may have inherited it, which a lot of people have.
Depends
but
on
like
what you
look
think
at
success is.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like in our capitalist like nation, like Mark Zuckerberg is a very successful billionaire. Like you think he's not a good person? Like there's no way.
That was evident before he was a billionaire, though.
This is true.
But you make it that far in life because you're not afraid to just step on people.
You know what?
Treat people like shit.
Not to bring up jujitsu again, but
No, that's okay. Yeah.
it's taught me to be more tolerant because people that I interact with on a daily basis,
Mm-hmm.
I often am not agreeing with them politically.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily people that I would like choose to hang out with, but it's allowed me to get to know them as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm no longer comfortable making like those generalizations like fuck that guy.
Gotcha. I think I've gotten more comfortable making those generalizations. I am like one of like a handful of like I guess like liberals in the army. Every day is jokes about, you know, the state of the
that's
fucking
different.
country, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, there's 27 genders now, you know, and I will pull people aside, and like I'm not a jerk about it, but I'm always like, oh, you guys actually know, like, I mean, this once again, this sounds like a pick me girl thing or a pick me boy
it.
thing, but I'm like,
Double
oh,
down
you guys know how, like, I was like, you know, like sex and gender, they're like pretty different. I was like, you know, sex is, you know, the parts you're born with, and gender is how you present yourself. And like most of the time when you say it like that, they're like, oh, I really didn't think about that. I'm like, yeah, you guys make the same fucking hack joke every goddamn day about 27 genders. I was like, you know, I'm not trying to like sway you into my world of politicism or whatever, but I was like, you know, you might want to just like look up a little bit
No
about
wonder
that.
you're the anomaly.
Yeah. Like,
You're the wild
what's an
card
anomaly?
for that.
That's a what?
You're the wild card for that.
To them. That's why I said to
Yeah.
them I am. In our group of friends, I'm just like
Yeah,
pretty normal,
that's- yeah.
pretty average. I mean, besides all of my fucking amazing accomplishments like this podcast. But but yeah, like to them, I'm totally foreign to what they're used to.
Yeah.
These guys want to make the same
I would
7
go
jokes.
I would go crazy.
And it's the women too. The women are exactly the same jokes. The 27 genders. Things. Everybody's so sensitive now. I'm like,
Yeah.
people who say that everyone's sensitive now are usually the fucking easiest ones to get a rise out of.
Yeah.
They seem to be the most sensitive people. So, yeah, man. I don't know.
I like to usually respond to those people like, you seem upset right now. And just see what they do.
Oh yeah, that
Like,
is
are
that
you
is a good
okay?
way. Yeah.
Bud,
How you doing?
good, buddy?
Yeah.
I love asking people that.
It gets them every time.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's like
It is
cheat
an
code.
easy like thing to do, but I mean, but when somebody asks me that, because like I'll be like, yeah, I am upset, and then like I'll usually like drown them out with more, obviously with more words, like because I can talk like a motherfucker. But like an example, like place we were stationed at in Kosovo, we had regular bathrooms. Like they were fairly nice. I mean, nice for public bathrooms, you know, whatever.
Is that not normal?
I mean, there's times where you could be digging a hole or you're
nice.
all sharing one porta-john or whatever the fuck. So these were like real bathrooms. Like we had 3 stalls and I think 3 showers, but really only one of them was good. But still, that's a fucking great setup. And they were like right next to our rooms. Like you didn't have to
Yeah.
walk far. People are fucking destroying them. Like I was cleaning up human shit off the seats, you know, 3 times a day, just like covered in shit. Somebody just, is the food over there
How
fucks
do
you
you
up?
just shit on the? I don't.
So the
I don't get
food
that.
Okay,
The
so
mechanics don't make sense. to
yeah,
me.
the food over there though is it's just like it's all cooked with like dirty
but it
dirty
doesn't-
water and
doesn't
so
change
people
where you put your literal.
no,
asshole.
you're right, but here's what they're probably doing is they're lifting up a little bit, they're spraying the shit, and then they're reaching back to wipe instead of hovering for the
That's
wiping part.
fucking disgusting.
And then they just get it all over the seat. So
Oh
then you're
my
trying not to
God.
sit on somebody else's hardened shit. So all day long, I
You're
was cleaning
really
up shit.
not making
So
a
I
case
brought
for the
everybody.
Army.
Yeah. Oh no, it's there's it. I'll say it.
I'm not
the
asking you to make a case, but I'm saying
You
you're
know,
not,
I
you're
don't
not
give
making
shit.
a case.
No, the Army's it's fucking hard. It's hard and it's stupid. There's a lot of dumb rules, but it saved my ass. I was in a really fucking bad place. So,
Cleaning up people's shit.
yeah, I was cleaning up people's shit all the time, and I brought everybody into the bathroom, like everybody. And I was like, hey. I get it. Like, we have a shit bandit here. Like, that's what we call it. Like a shit. Because there's one in every fucking,
who just doesn't,
platoon
who
or
just
whatever.
doesn't have fucking social etiquette and just shits like an
You have
animal.
to, you have to understand, a lot of these guys, I was 30 when we deployed. My roommates were all like 20.
And you don't. Okay.
I had to sit them down. Dude, one guy got offended because one of my black friends called him a cracker as a joke, and he was so fucking. Oh my! I'll tell that story another day. That's a long fucking story. I had to go to all these meetings. I had to sit down these 3 20-year-olds who were all upset at me and be like, guys, we're all going to be leaders one day of other people. Like these, like I get it. Like you're upset, but these are the kind of things. Maybe just talk about first before you want to fight. Like, because we were going to fight. Like, we were going to, and my roommate, he was 20. He was also twice my size and a really good boxer. And I was like, all right, well, I'm about to get my ass kicked. But I sat them down and talked, and they literally were like, holy shit. Like, it was crazy to see these guys because they were from, the Northwest, like, never been around people of other colors before, other cultures. They were all very, like, I hate using this term, but they were all.
You have to teach people how to take a shit, is what you're telling
You
me.
have to teach. Dude, I lived with a guy who would leave full shits in the toilet with no toilet paper. I was stationed with a guy at Fort Eustis, and
I did see
was
that
like-
on the internet.
I was
a joke
like-
about how men don't wash their own ass.
but I was
Have
like,
you guys seen
I was
that?
like, are you wiping? But you're just shitting. Like these are guys or girls who have never lived on their own before. They've never been out of their realm of comfort. Like a lot of them are 18. And they're just they've never had a job. So the Army's their job now. And they have to be like wrangled like cats, man. It's wild. I joined old. So like, yeah.
Thank God you knew how to wipe your own ass.
Yeah. It took a lot of learning.
That's a fucking miracle.
Yeah, it took but I know now. What is he saying, Big Daddy?
I
I wipe my own ass.
I wipe my own ass. Yeah.
Julian.
Is that
Wow.
Okay.
Good
I love that
mem.
movie.
Good mem.
Yeah. That's funny, man. Well, Adam Sandler. Great in Uncut Gems. Fucking great movie.
People have very strong opinions about Adam Sandler.
I don't
Either you love him or you hate him.
I don't have a strong. I mean, I don't think his movies are that funny. Like, I think he's funny, but I don't think his
thought
movies
they
are
were
that.
funny at the time, but then like I watched like Waterboy or something
As an adult?
Yeah, and I was like, it's not that.
It's
not
just
that good.
like my wife Liz, like her. That's like she thinks like those are hilarious.
Yeah.
And we watched Hubie Halloween 2 Halloweens ago. And I don't even think I laughed on purpose at anything. I laughed only at the like house. Like I was like, this is
Yeah.
so bad. And like if you after this I'll show you my the toys and movie collection. Like
Yeah.
I have like over 1,000 movies. Like most of them are like B horror movies. Like I love bad
Yeah,
horror
those
movies.
are fun
It's
to
fun. Like
watch.
I love
Yeah.
it. But like I don't think fucking Adam Sandler yelling about a penguin and Billy Madison's that funny. But like Liz thinks it's fucking
Dies
hilarious
every time, huh?
So yeah, and she like, I don't know what makes her laugh because I throw out 1,000 jokes a day and she'll laugh at 5 of them. You know?
Yeah,
It's
just anything
it's
that sticks
weird.
to the wall.
Yeah,
huh?
it's so wild, dude. I have no idea what makes her laugh, man. So
How do you not know at all? You have to know. Like, how about like props? Do you think props are funny?
she laughs more at our inside jokes than
Oh.
she does at really good like quips. Like she thinks it's hilarious when I squeeze her feet in the morning because I leave at like 5:30 in the morning, and I go, and like she like loves it. She's like,
She giggles at that every
loves
time.
it. She just loves that stuff. Yeah, she's silly. And then she'll say a fucking gold joke, and she'll say one in a week or a day. But she like picks her moments. She's so funny.
Yeah.
But it's wild.
So much funnier than you.
I'm just fucking throwing them out. Oh yeah. I'm throwing them out there. You know, whatever.
You don't
Quantity over quality.
You don't get funny if you don't try, though.
You're right.
You do have to try.
Yeah.
That's true.
And fail.
Well, some of us have to try, not me. You maybe, but
And you have to fail a lot. Like anything.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
again,
But you have to be dedicated to the bit, you know?
I am. My whole life's
It
a
sounds
bit.
like you're dedicated to the bit.
My whole life's a fucking bit. Look who I'm hanging out with right now. Fucking, you think I want to do this on a Thursday?
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Actually, no. I'm really glad you came over. That's cool.
Yeah. me
I'm
too.
sure you'll hate me after. You'll probably never want to. Like most
No.
people are like that. Guy, like because I'm so like like most people don't like my energy, but that's.
I like meeting new people and I
There you
like
go.
sharing my shitty
Yeah, that's
opinions
fine.
about things.
I don't
so-
think your opinions are shitty.
I don't know.
That's why I
don't
like
want to
it.
give him too much weight.
No, but see, well, whatever, man.
I don't want to give him too
I
much
like when
weight.
people stand on their hill that they die on. Like even
Yeah.
if I don't agree with it, I'm like, hey man, like that's what this country is supposed to be all about. You know.
Yeah.
Whether I agree with you or not, you know, I'll still tolerate it. We had a
Can
whole.
you just put like a big American flag like
Oh, there's going to be
over
like
this app?
the song behind it and everything. It's going to fade.
And
in.
I'm proud to be
Not that one.
an American.
That's Donald Trump's ringtone. No thanks.
Wait,
Is
what?
it?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because,
Do you just like know a bunch of weird facts? You just
Yeah.
keep
Did you make that up?
no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe.
Let me do a
We've
Larry David in
got to
here.
land this plane and end this show.
I don't know what that
we
means.
do.
Oh, okay.
We've been fucking.
What time is it? How long we been chatting?
Goofing.
Plenty.
All right. Let me ask another autism question. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny at all. Okay, is that it? I don't end the pod. You run this ship.
I'm waiting.
Oh, you want me to end it?
No, I want to keep sitting in silence.
Well, I can't tell if that was sarcasm or not. Anywho, hey, he was the first one to laugh.
Oh, that's what we were doing?
That's
I
what
didn't
was
know
doing.
that
That
until
was
right
what
now.
I was doing.
Jesus Christ.
Everything's a competition. This has been episode 61 of Thank You for Your Services podcast, the podcast where we talk about jobs, sometimes the military, and whatever it is that Tom does for a living. Thank
Kim
you, Kelsey, for
Kardashian.
joining us. Huh?
Anytime.
What'd you say?
I said Kim Kardashian.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You might want to tag. You should do a little hashtag with her name in it. If you are a social media person and you would like to find us on there, all of our clips that Tommy Two Streets puts together, it is at ThankYouForUrServices_podcast. That's on Instagram, and all of our links are there. And if you're not really social media, but you want to like write into us, you can find us on Gmail at ThankYouForYourServices@gmail.com. You're spelled the letters UR. Kelsey, is there anything you would like to plug?
No plugs.
Any sort of last rites you would like to read to
No.
listeners?
No, I think Tom's about to jump out of his chair.
See, it's wild because normally it's me.
So
Well, it can't be stated enough that we're really, really thankful that you came down.
yeah, I
And
had
was on the
fun.
show.
I would love to come again.
Yeah,
so.
man.
It's
Let's
open
chat.
invitation for you.
And then we'll play Dungeons and Dragons.
If you bring over the Dungeons and Dragons kit, I will play.
I think I might have some.
Yeah, because
books.
I have a starter kit over there. If we can use
Oh,
that, I have an OG.
yeah.
That's from like the 90s or like early 2000s.
No, we're gonna play
Sure.
5th edition.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any dice or anything, so if you'd have
Yeah.
to bring the stuff, but we'll play. Liz and I will play.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Bye, everybody.
So yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you for your services.